Hello? 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 Oh, there I am. Oh shit. Hi chat. What is up? Been a while since you've probably seen the space, if any of you have been here. But oh man, we're here. We got hold on. This is a big day. If any of you have been here, right? I feel like this is probably pretty much a big day. Oh, I lied a bit. So I only streamed, this is my 10th and final stream of this pack. Now, for anyone confused, yes, I'm streaming all the mods light, but that's a different pack. This is all the mods, you know, it's all the mods original. And I kind of left it off and started playing all the mods light because the sheer amount of time, dedication, like, you need to get, like, some of the last, like, the most expensive items in this game is kind of insanity. But then recently, I kind of decided, you know what? I'll finally tackle this insanity and finish the pack and clean up everything. So that's what I've been doing off stream and on off stream and tradition of like the old mod, all the mods where I barely stream it. I only stream it like this is my 10th stream, guys. I've been playing this pack and I've poured like thousands of hours into this. So majority of which is like AFK and like barely doing much like actually productive. So you know the deal. But we're here to actually finish the pack. So I'll run you through. I'll run chat through what we need. Right? So, first of all, so this whole pack, since a lot of people are new here, this whole pack revolves around, basically playing all the mods. They're not really integrated with each other that much, other than a couple items. We have some of the final items down here. This is the trophy room, plus the quarry storage room. Right? So, you have a couple of them. They're even like creative items. So, creative storage upgrade. I'm scared to pull them off. Like, this one's one of the easier ones to get. This is one of the easier final items to get. Even though it's still kind of hard. You need, these, which are nested crafts. They take a lot of resources. These are basically the same thing. And then these take nether stars and a couple other items. Dragon's Breath, Prismarine Shard. Like, endgame, this is actually really easy. Honestly, I've made, like 5 of them. I've made 5 of those things. So it's probably one of the easiest ones. What's the next easiest one? Probably this one. Creative Destruction Wand. Honestly, it's even probably easier. This is another one of the items that are added in the pack. Basically, you would need around 8 nether stars, because to make one, you get one with max 4,096 blocks, but you can combine 2 of them together to make that. Then combine 2 of them together again to get 16, which is, 2 of these to make one of these. 2 of these make this. It's 4. There's actually 4 nether stars. Okay. As you can see, you need a 16k for that. A regular destruction one, that's really easy. Then building one, relatively easy. It's actually probably honestly easier than the other one. The next easiest one, I actually not sure. It's either between the creative mill or acceleration wand. In terms of cost, okay, chat. In terms of cost, I'd say acceleration wand. Acceleration wand. This guy, because like look at this. You need to pretty much complete a bunch of stuff. This requires like this advanced one core requires another star straight up. Guy Spirit Ingot requires you to basically complete the mod Botania. Basically meaning you have to kill like a boss, the second tier of a boss actually, and it's actually a really hard boss unless you have like draconic gear or like very prepared. You need to beat this pack almost. A hot tungsten steel, you need to like get a blast furnace, and it needs to have I think iridium. I can actually show that. We have made a hot tungsten steel ingot through this blast furnace back here. You need advanced machine casings for this. Machine casing. Right here. Takes chromium, which is kind of hard to get, titanium and more chromium, and then you have to make this, which is like advanced alloy, which is mixed iron, bronze, tin. It's a mess. We got it done. And we got that. Acceleration wand. You need to wake a draconium ingots. Basically, you have to get decently far in draconic evolution. You have to kill the dragon, get like an infusion setup going. Draconium, which is found in ores, like very rare ores, and then you kind of infuse the heart you kill from the dragon into the ingot. If that makes sense. Almost a lot of sense. You have to basically beat Abyssal Craft, which is like pretty much like a magic mod and a more explorative mod. There's a lot of dimensions. You have to go down, you have to kill a bunch of bosses until you get to the final dimension. Pretty much. I'm gonna turn this down, bro. Then turn that up so it's subtle. Okay. Atomic Alloy, these are actually probably the easiest of the whole thing. Pretty much you have to go through this system, so we have to infuse it into this, which this requires diamond to be infused into this, and then this requires redstone to be infused into that. So you have to do like 3 nested infusions, and it's only 2 of them though. They're actually really cheap. Anima Ingot was the most painful because it's pretty much a super alloy, meaning you combine a bunch of like materials into one, and those materials also are super alloys. So Iox Fluid is a super alloy, complies of many different rare like ores that defined. And then I think there's even more, like it keeps going. Solarium is also an alloy. Okay, yeah, that's an ore. You pretty much need all the ores from like the add-on of Tigger's construct and smelt into like one alloy, which is called animate. We have like 10 of them. You just want to make one of these, so. And then lastly, dragon egg. I pretty much kill every time you kill a dragon. This pack you get a dragon egg, so actually it's not that hard. Next hardest one I probably would say is Creative Mill. Creative Mill, basically mills give you from extra utilities give you grid power, which is like a source of power for certain uses. Like for example, this resonator, you need grid power to turn stone into burnt stone. This resonator. So Creative Mill pretty much just gives you like practically infinite. I have like yeah. This thing's power generates like 10,000. I actually make 2 of them because once you place these down, you cannot break them. They're pretty much bedrock. So for the trophy room, I actually had to make another one of these. So I made 2. And they're pretty expensive. You need 8 of these, which are fused dragon egg mills, which each require nether star, so it's 8 nether stars already. You need to take a dragon egg and pour like probably like a couple stacks of ender pearls on each. Then dragon's breath. The dragon mill itself crafts 2 nether stars already. Grab 2 nether stars. So this like whole thing is like 24 nether stars, not including the chaotic core, which is like a whole nested craft, which takes I think 4 nether stars. These take nether stars. So actually that would be like 20. I think these take 20 nether stars and just take a lot of like material. It is absurd. Hey, I made 2 of them, so 2. Creative mill done. Then the thing. Oh, creative capacitor is actually not that bad. Creative. Oh, it's not what I want. Creative capacitor. Another 2 dragon mills. You need this, which is like basically more nether stars just going down the drain. Rainbow generator, which takes all like the generators from extra utilities and combines them into one. Internal battery, and then these guys, which are from cyberware. So basically, what you have to do is you have to kill like cyber zombies. Which they'll drop salvaged parts, and then what you have to do is go on here. This is actually my cyberware area. Put the salvage part into here with some paper, and if you put 5 in there, that's the max chance you'll get, which is 50%. So you have to roll until you get a blueprint. Once you get the blueprint, you can salvage some of those parts and reuse those parts to make a battery, make a like part. So I had to do that with 3 of these materials, which is internal battery, marble battery, and ultra dense capacitors. And this is where you can break down the parts or make them. These are the blueprints. So I can click this and it tells you what you need. Bioreactor, source cells, microelectric cells. So I gathered all the parts and I've made 2 of them. One is actually inside my body because in cyberware you can actually augment yourself. So it's kind of cool. With like cyborg parts, so I've been doing that, and I took basically made another creative capacitor, so I have infinite energy for those parts of my body. But yeah, that's why we made that. Then the big 3 crafts. First one is creative controller. So this is a very, very expensive. As you can see, the chaotic cores I talked about, which cost like 20 nether stars, you need 4 of them. 80 nether stars plus a bunch of awakened draconium, which is a pain to get. You have to kill. There's a reason one of my streams, I've killed 100 ender dragons. I've killed 100. Like, I gotta look at my stats after this, after we're done, which we'll do. And I'm curious how many times I've killed the ender dragon. It is absurd. It's over 100. That's all I know. Like, it is absurd. Oh my god. I can't eat fast enough. I can't like speak. Okay. I'm good. So yeah, and you need basically these types of batteries. Draconic flux capacitor at max chaotic tier, which costs another chaotic core, by the way. So we're technically using 5 chaotic cores here. That's 100 nether stars. This one's not as bad, but yeah, you need to charge all of them. Except for this, you do not need to charge the ultimate induction cell. This one's a nested craft. You need like 4 of each, which means you need like hundreds of those. This one's not as bad. You just need to fill this with energy. And then, not only that, you have to go into a runic altar from Botania. This guy over here. And fill it with 4, I think, like 1 or 2 mana pools worth of mana. So these guys. Which, by the way, take forever to fill. And then you get one of those. And if we look at the uses for these, we get to the last 2 most expensive crafts in the pack. And so as you can see here, the creative controller recipe I just showed you, yeah, you need 4 of them. And then for this one, which is the final one we're getting, and I'll explain that more, why we can't get this one yet, but we will get it soon, this stream. But yeah, you need 8 of them, and if you want one for a trophy, 9. So I had to make 9 creative controllers, which take basically over 1,000 nether stars. Thankfully, I've been building up nether stars for a while up until this point, so I had like 2,000 stored up. So we were good. So this has been crafted. We have this. Crystal chest, it's really easy. It just needs a couple diamonds. It's really not that hard. Iron, gold. It's really easy. We need another creative storage upgrade. But this one is not easy compared to like we've been doing. Same with the large storage crate. It basically takes a bunch of wood, and you do need some empowered, I guess, but from actual additions. And then this one is probably the hardest to do. Double compressed cobblestone. Basically, you have to fuse 43 million cobblestone to 1 block. So up here, we built that. And we're actually really close to a second one. Like, oh my god, we're actually really close to a second one. It's not even funny. We actually get one this stream. May get a second one, chat. That's crazy. But yeah, so I've already made one, as seen in the fur. And now we made this. So it's stored in our storage right here. First storage block. We have it. So, and then the last item that we have yet to get, but we're about to hopefully get to the stream, is this creative fluid storage block. Another 4 controllers, which why it's 8, like up to 9. This one's really easy. It just takes this. You have to pretty much get into advanced rocketry, which we have. So, pressurized fluid tank basically takes some dark steel. Not that hard, honestly. Quantum tank is basically completing the entire pack, entire mod of Tech Reborn. Like, you need all the materials and all the stuff for all the parts. But got it done. So, there you go. And then the thing we're waiting on is this. This is the most annoying, most time-consuming craft I've ever done. Blood tank tier 16 doesn't look that bad. It's like, okay, it's just a regular tank. It has a large amount of storage for blood, sure, but it's a tank, right? No, you have to nest it. So it takes 2 15s to make a 16, 2 14s to make a 15, 2 13s to make a 14, and it goes on like this. You have to, and I've calculated this, you need almost 1,000,000 blank slates, which, by the way, are being made over here. This is the blood altar. To make blank slates, you have to throw them into a blood altar. Here, stone. So you have to automate stone. You have to wait a little bit for that stack of stone to turn to a stack of blank slates. So you can speed it up using like speedruns, which we have here. These speed runes right here. These speed up the craft process. We have some here too. And you have to get 800,000 of that. Or I think more than that, even. It is absurd. And that's the main reason why it's taking a while. So right now, we are waiting on this block right here. Because we've automated the blank runes. Because the main thing about this, right, is these take a lot of blank runes. You see, like, every nest craft takes a blank rune. So I've auto-crafted it. I turned the blanks, basically auto-crafted it over here. So we've been filling this with stone automatically from these smelters. Plus this smelter over here too. We added this, connected this up. And we send all the blank slates over here with this orb. You have to craft it with this weak blood orb, but it never runs out. It just uses life essence, I think. So in terms of the blank runes, so we're gonna auto-crafting this, and we need 163,300 something to beat the pack. And get the last item, pretty much. So we're on a waiting game right now. We have only 1,700 left. Ish. Get out. Alright. Get out bot. Yeah, alright. I need to refill my thing. So that's that final item we're getting. That's the only item left, and it's the most expensive one in the entire pack that we need to get to, like, pretty much get everything we want. I mean, we could ever get the final challenge, I guess. I'm actually gonna, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna charge this up because this fruit is pretty much infinite food as long as you have mana. So I'm going to put the mana in the tablets by throwing it in there. So I have mana to supply this fruit of Chrysia, which is really Chrysia. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Chrysia? I think it's Chrysia, right? It looks like Chrysia. How is it filled? It's filled. We're gonna activate this again. So this, don't be scared. There will be TNT here. Okay, just a warning. So that flower there takes the explosion power of all, like, the power of all the TNT explosions and turn, like, the explosion itself and turns into mana. So instead of exploding the blocks around it, it just gets absorbed by the flower and then gets sent into this mana pool. And then we have a spark that transfers all the mana to all the other mana pools. So that's why we have, like, all of these filled. So I'm gonna, like, fill this one a bit more just so we're prepared. Because I'm pretty sure this craft will take 4 or more mana pools. So I prepared 9 plus 2 back there. We have the 2 back there for that portal. And then we have this one right here, wherever mana is left in that. So these are all full. These 2 are full. We have 11 mana pools worth of mana, so it should be good on crafting it. For mana wise. I don't have a problem with that. But I'll let this run for a bit. It is very scary, though, that the TNT kind of just does that. Let me tell you. So, I guess while we wait, since we do have some time left, how much are we at right now? We're almost to... We're getting there. That's what we doing a base. What's the base tour? Since literally there's nothing else I can really do besides waiting for that craft. I mean, that's what I've been pretty much doing off stream for. Let me tell you how long I've been AFKing. Just for those blank runes. It's been like a full like 2 days of playtime, just straight up AFKing. Like some of them playtime I actually used to like clean up the base. But like one of those like a full 24 hours of playtime went to straight AFKing because I like finished everything. Like nothing else I can do. But this is my first home. Basically, this is actually a generated structure. I found this through just exploring. I think my spawn is actually like somewhere near here. It was like over there, somewhere along those like grass fields. I think where my spawn is. I ran around and then I found this. And over here. It's pretty much like a dungeon house because you can like go down here. And there's like a dungeon down there you can like tackle. So that's what we did. And then I kind of set up base here for a bit. Like I think upstairs was like where all my chests were used to be. Like they're probably like chests up here and whatnot. We used to have a farm, I think right there. Automated tree farm there. Very crude one, but it was a tree farm. Now it's just a pathway. Because we moved all our farms somewhere else. Essentially. Yep, and then I started building the base. This tunnel, this like block, like this tunnel right here was the first like blocks of the base. So, you know, interesting, right? So we're going down there in a bit. I kind of want to show you this side of the thing. So since we're here. So this is the yellow area, as I like to call it. This is like kind of like the miscellaneous area, kind of. Mainly forestry is here though. We still have the cactus farm I set up like early game in the back. Just funny. But we have, look at this, all these bees. I've been so I set up this area to make wither bees, which produce like fragments of nether stars, which you can combine into nether stars. And this was my way of getting nether stars, which I'll show later. I'll show you like the star factory later using the bees. But these are like pretty much all the breeds needed, all the bee attempts, breed attempts you could say, I needed to get the wither bee. So, and then there's even more here. There's like so many. Queens 3000. There's no way. Wait, no. I think it's calculating wrong. That's definitely calculating wrong. What? Okay. Chest is lying. Chest is lying. Over here is more forestry, but actually in the add-on called Gendistry, so which makes like producing easier. So this is my Imperial drone. It's like the only one I use now. And it makes royal jelly for me, so I can make some crafts in forestry. And then this is a mutagen producer, which you can put, I think, something to make mutagen. And then you can use mutagen to easily breed without like... Basically, it's a way you can breed a lot faster without having to basically keep having to breed like 10 different times until you get a mutation. This one just auto mutates. 100% chance mutate, so made it 10 times easier going for Witherby. So let me say, we have a cake up there, by the way. It's been there forever. This is my Abyssalcraft altar. We have these spheres I made, like these impossible objects. You know, these spheres in Minecraft. How? But this is actually the black, because I thought it fit the theme of the mod, but it's the altar. I use this to get some items. And it spread some of its grass over the Darklands grass. I have not placed these here. These were just spread here as a consequence of doing forbidden rituals, I guess. So I think it looks cool though. I kind of like it. Like the little spread it kind of has. That's just me though. Up here is just a beacon, an iron beacon. We actually have a couple of them. I think we have 2 full beacons. This is one of them. We have this one set to regen, so. Those are our 8 quantum solar panels. They go down underground to power some our industrial craft machines, since they're a different power system with those, so I can't connect it up to my main, like, power grid, if that makes sense. So we have a separate one. Those 8 solar panels. They're max tier solar panels, so. We're gonna go up there and like there, but we'll explore those later. Actually, since this is the yellow area, we'll show you the rocket at least. So we'll go over here. But this is the rocket made from advanced rocketry. So I've sent this up to go to the moon. That was my goal with this mod. So now we have. So now it's just sitting here. There's nothing at the moon, so I do not want to take off right now. But yeah, I got a rocket here just chilling. So that's the yellow area. Miscellaneous areas and forestry mainly. Now we'll get to the green area, which is basically a whole floor. Basically the main part of the base, which is underground. So we can go down here. It's like tunnel. I remember this tunnel. This tunnel's like so crazy because we got like, it's like the first tunnel I made. Like that's decorated. It's crazy. So I guess we'll start with the old storage system. This guy right here. So this used to be my old storage system. As you can tell, there was just chest here. And now that we have like they were labeled so I can organize and everything. Yeah, even sorted by mods. It's kind of neat. And I made them single chests because you can upgrade them like diamond chests, which has like this much storage. So I thought, yeah, I think single chests will do. We can upgrade them like, you know, double chests like the iron. I think iron is double. Yeah, iron chests are equivalent to a double chest worth of storage. So I can just upgrade all old iron chests, and boom, we technically have double chests. Yeah, like furnaces here. This is my old grindstone, so I used to like start AE2. Play under 6.2. Use this a bit. These are basically a bunch of tables and miscellaneous things. So this is like my Tinker's construct here. Architect saw bench. I still use this today because we use them for some of the base, like these roof tiles that are like diagonally. I think they're here. Yeah, these guys. And I've also used them to make stairs and slabs, so. Brewing stand, we got an anvil I've been using once in a while. We have a framing table, which are used to make like custom frame drawers, which stores a single item, but you can like store 32 stacks of them or more if you have upgrades on that drawer. To make it fit with the base and not just look like wood, though, I basically made it a frame drawer. Added these 2 blocks. And there you go. Yep. I guess we'll go back though, because we'll cover those 2 rooms in a bit, but we're gonna go back here. We're gonna go back over here. This is the first big room I made. It's probably the biggest room in the base, actually. And this is my multi-block room. It used to be just a machine room. Just a bunch of machines on this wall. We had like a what do you call it? Just like a cube here, like full of energy, just supplying to a bunch of machines, like just here. But we mainly started out before that, actually, with immersive engineering multi-blocks. So mainly these 4 in the back here. I think the first, well, we had these 2 too. So I think the first things I made were these. So these are coke oven and crude blast furnace. To get early steel, I basically had to go to immersive engineering. So basically you have to make coke oven to make cold coke, so you can fuel this, which turns 1 iron into 1 steel, but it takes ridiculously long. So what I did is I set up this power system, my first power, with these kinetic dynamos attached to water wheels. So you see the water pushing it. 2 of them. And then we have these power lines that connect and power these 4 multi-blocks. Well, mainly these 2. These 2 I added later, so these are actually powered with my main system now of power. But these 2 are the first ones before I got like an actual different power system going. So this was used to create plates or some other things like rods, gears, wires. The press, under press. Oh, that was okay. That's 11. Okay. And then this is a improved blast furnace. We have blast furnace preheaters, so they're powered. And then this basically just makes steel faster. We don't use it anymore because we have a better way of making steel. Or any resource for that matter. Yep. And then we put like a bunch of machines there. I used to have my AE2 system here as well, until I moved it into where it is now, which we'll show later. And then later on, it became just basically solely a multi-block room and manual use machine wall over here. So this is like my single block machine wall. That's not automated. This is for manual use. So I think there's only 1 automation here, actually, on this wall. But most of them are just single use machines I use whenever I need it, essentially. This is the only automation in this wall. This is apple automation. Mainly because there are some recipes where I had to get a lot of golden apples. To craft. I think it was for the Draconic upgrades, if I remember. So, I have an apple farm. Basically what happens is we have apple saplings. Gets flown to here. I've turned it off, but it would auto-make battle grow. Which combines with the apple sapling to make apples, and then some extra saplings. The saplings go back here, to go back here. And then the extra apples get sent back down here. I stopped because we have 8,000's like plenty. I don't think I need more than 8,000 apples. But we have that. Atomic reconstructors up there. Used to make some extra additions materials. Actually, I may as well show it. Let's take like an iron. And we can make an Rory crystal by turning that on. Did I get it? Oh, there you go. Yep, there you go. Let's turn it off now. But it's used to make these kind of crystals. There's 6 of them. And then the rest here are multi-blocks, mainly from immersive engineering and advanced rocketry, and 1 tech reborn, the blast furnace. So, yep. We got a couple of the things. The squeezer used to make the stuff in this arc furnace, these graphite electrodes. We need HRP graphite, which HRP graphite dust is made in industrial squeezer with coal coke. So we need that for that. And then this is the arc furnace. I think we used this once to to get a sorted material. I forgot what it was. But I think it was void metal, actually. Yeah, I think it was void metal from Thaumcraft. This guy, yeah, void metal. So I wanted to get like the seed. So we need to avoid metal, but because Thaumcraft isn't like fully done in 1.10, this is the only recipe you could do. Yeah, it's the arc furnace. Void powder. So I had to craft this and put it in the arc furnace, and the arc furnace was the only thing you can smelt it in. So that's why I made it. And then the crusher, for crushing things. I think certain things were actually made for crushing. I think when I had the single block machines here, I made the crusher to make like faster crushing because it was faster than the single block machines in some instances. So the rest of these are basically various multi-block advanced rocketry machines. So crystallizer, I think I'm not really sure actually. There's extra silicon ingots in here. I might stop pulling them out. Alright. We got, this is with the rolling machine, so yeah, we make various amounts of plates, and this for some reason in here. Some of the plates you can't like autocraft easily, industrial craft, so we use this for like all the plates we can't really make there. This is what do you call it? Precision assembler. Used to make circuits, some circuits, and advanced rocketry. Cutting machine. Simple, just cuts things. Chemical reactor. We use this actually to make rocket fuel for a rocket. And then the fuel for that rocket fuel, like the materials for that rocket fuel, is made for this electrolyzer, which is mainly to separate oxygen and hydrogen, which are used to make rocket fuel. So, and the oxygen is also used, you know, for oxygen to breathe. So, yeah. We also have this. This made some alloys that you can only make in an electric arc furnace, so we set up one here. Mainly titanium iridium alloy and titanium aluminide. So we have that set up on autocraft. And we have this fusion reactor, which honestly is just for show because it is pretty much useless. There's nothing this produces that is really useful, so we just have this here for like flex. Yeah, fusion reactor is kind of expensive. Fusion right here. Need basically a lot of like these fusion coils, which requires like nichrome, need superconductors, which you need to get like 6K helium, bunch of tungsten, iridium. It is pretty expensive, so it's just a big flex, I guess. I don't know, it just also kind of looks cool up there. I don't know. Over here is portal room, so I've set them all with zirconium infused obsidian portals, meaning it just teleports you to a location. And there's another one of these on the other side, so you can get back home as well. But this one's for Abyssal Wastelands. This one's for the Nether, which we'll be showing soon as we're going on the way back. The End and the Deep Dark. So we'll go for those portals in a bit. We got machine here. Machine room. Look at this. This is where all my automations are. Well, some of my single block automations are. This little section is for making X-tone tiles and also excess stone. More cobblestone, I guess. Even though I don't, not really cobblestone here. Yeah. Basically stone and X-stone, tiles, because everything here is actually made from these blocks, because you can chisel them and change them to different colors by scroll wheeling. To get you various different types of blocks you can use. So the entire base is pretty much made out of this block, so we've automated it. This is my gravel, sand, and glass automation. that actually worked really recently to be able to make more gravel, sand, glass quicker. Because our bottleneck was actually producing cobblestone. I fixed that, so. We have this, a lot of glass for the tank, because you need, for my final craft, I'm gonna need like 32,000, but I made more just in case. We also have more sand and gravel. Sand's used a lot in some cases, so. This is for alloys, made in an alloy smelter. So we have like all of these, dark steel, energetic alloy, vibrant alloy, and so on, all made here. There's another one in the back too, that's even more. We have a charger. This is basically used to charge Zescross crystals automatically only. Advanced subscriber to make the final processors for AE2. This is to make... I heard an explosion. I hope that's just plutonium. That scares me, bro. I don't like that. How full is it? Oh, it's getting full. Alright. I should probably shut this off, actually. Alright, don't explode. Okay, yeah, we're not... Okay, we're shutting it off. Shut it off. Alright, and we're back. Alright, I was a little scared. But that pool's full. Yeah, that flower is so powerful. It gives so much mana. Anyway, back to tour. We got... So, logic processors here. So these basically just, these are used everywhere in AE2, so we auto-crafted them. This is the growth chamber, and we use this to make crystals. Mainly, we can make fluix crystals in this. So we have autocraft fluix crystals in here, and we can make pure versions, which is used in some specific crafts. This is actually mainly used for calculation processors, so... Yep. This is a wall of mainly infusion. So we have automated compressed diamonds to efficiently fill this diamond bar. So we can infuse a bunch of stuff with diamond, redstone down here. Somewhere. Yeah, redstone here. And then I manually do the obsidian. Actually, we have the obsidian over here. I think it's decommissioned. We'll get over there. This is inscribers. More inscribers used to make parts of silicon, logics, and calculation for these ones. Because you can see printed silicon, printed logic circuits. We have to make those in here as well. So I've set up separate systems for those. This is the smelting factory. Anything I need to smelt in here gets for auto crafting gets sent here. And then these three machines are for clay automation. So here we send water to turn to water vapor. The water vapor mixes with dirt to make clay, and boom, clay. This is for gel cryothium. Flux duct. So these guys. What is it called exactly again? Cryo, I think it's called cryo stabilize. Flux duct? Yeah, cryo stabilize flux duct. So these transfer infinite RF protect. It's pretty much a superconductor, if you think about it. So it can transfer as much power as you can, as you want to send to this. So this is automation for that. So we make gel cryothium so we can fill this, because we need gel cryothium to fill these up, the final product. These need this, which is a bunch of crafting. This is automation for gel cryothium, and then the thing gets made here. So these are the flux ducts, I think, actually. Yeah, these are the redstone flux ducts. You disable as redstone for those. Turn that up. I was barely hearing the music. Now this one is for compressed obsidian, so yeah, this is the one. I think I was used to be this one, but then this got retired. This was better over here. This is for auto crafting some premium blocks. So it takes all the inferium from a farm that I've yet to shown. Now it's becoming too loud. Bivy. I see the bivy. Thank you, boom blocks. Alright. And we have now 30,000 subremium, which is crazy because it takes basically you have to compress for them 4 blocks into making one of these blocks, and then 4 of those blocks to make one of these, 4 of those to make one of these, 4 of those to make one of those. So the fact that we have 30,000 of that is quite absurd, honestly. This plus this wall is IEC2 autocrafting. Singularity compressor. I think for making plates, or is it the roller? I think the roller makes all the plates I have. It's the fastest one. It's the fastest machine that makes plates, so I've been using this for autocrafting actually. No, for an old mod, like a very old mod, this is like one really good machine. I don't know why, but like most of like the things that make plates are so slow comparison to this. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, this makes various things like rods, I think. Let me look. I can go back here. Oh yeah, mainly oh yeah, cables. And iron fences, I think, for one of the crafts I needed. So then this molecular transformer turns glowstone into Cenarium. And that's why I need those 8 solar panels up there that are in the max tier. Because this takes so much EU. um, Solidars are basically like these. They basically make parts for refined storage, which is like an offshoot of E2, I'd say. For like this version at least. So yep. And then I've shown you this already, but this is my blank road automation, so you get the final craft, which we're getting super close, dear lord. Like how much do we have now? Oh my god, we're like a couple hundred. We're so close. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just went up. Oh my god. We're like 400 left. Oh my god, we have to make like 800 more blink. We have to make like 800 more blink runs, and we're like done. Oh my god. This is crazy. Go. Thank you. Oh, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I'm excited. Alright. Yeah, this makes blank runs. Oh, I accidentally took stuff. Yeah, it's going there. Basically, these are just stone. We have another drawer here. Stores it. This makes blank runes, so we finish the pack. Alright, I'll show you the portals now. So we got... It's gonna take a bit. Look at that. Yep. Welcome to the Wasteland. So this is Abyssal Wastelands. The first dimension you actually travel, and then you have to build a portal in that dimension to go to the next dimension. Which I will not show you that. But yeah, you would go to like the Dreadstone. Dreadlands, yeah, dimension. Then you go for that portal, and then you build another portal to get to another portal, so on, until you get to the final one. But yeah, it's pretty green here. Yep, this is the way back. We're back here, which we'll show you this area in a bit. the nether. Now this one actually has some stuff. So we'll now show you the nether's the room. I don't know why there's chicken that's in there, but they're dying slowly. This is my weak blood sharp farm. Oh crap. So, and this site. So, we have a mechanical user that has a bound blade, bound to me. I don't know, why is there chickens? What are you doing, bro? Why is there so many chickens? What? Okay, we have mob grinders as well to also speed up the kill. Because sometimes they overflood, so these can't really do anything. But these actually help kill all the chickens. I'm gonna turn this off now. Why are there chickens? Die. Thank you. This is for the mob switch. Is a switch for this, pretty much. To kill all the mobs instantly. This gets overflowed. This is the main reason why we have this off though, is because we have this bound blade. Why are there so many chickens? Okay. I'm gonna ignore you. Basically these kill mobs or kill mobs manually, and if you kill them with the bound blade, you get weak blood shards, which I need for this guy, large blossom bricks, which are used in tanks. So I've been gathering a lot of these, and why this automation is here. And that's where they spawn. The vector plates these arrows, send them through that custom portal. That portal teleports them in this chamber to be killed. And then this is my nether star farm using wither bees. So it's a very complicated automation. So these, basically to make these wither queens happy, you have to set them up in the nether around nether warts and with skulls on top of all the lines. So we have 2 of the skulls here, a bunch of netherwort in the back. Netherwort is their like breeding population. Breeding. I mean not breeding, but like that's where they get their like pollen, I guess, you know. And the wither queen will go through its life, and at the end of its life, it will produce some fragments of nether star. That fragments of nether star gets sent to this drawer, which gets sent into here. This magma crucible has auto output of netherrack. So if you look at netherrack, we have none right now, but we have a crafting card that auto crafts the netherrack with this essence, which will show where we get that from. Then sends the turns that into lava. The lava comes into here, and then it'll turn the nether star fragments very slowly into a nether star. Combining with the lava. So, and then the nether star gets sent down here, and we get a byproduct of withering combs. Which we're actually full on, so now it's just voiding it. These are just byproducts. I just send it to a drawer. Yep, and now it's making more lava. It used 4,000 of it. This is a buffer storage for wither drones, because as they die, these will turn into princess and a drone. The princess will recycle, will stay in this slot, so don't need to worry about that. But the drones will go here. So the drones get exported to this drawer, and then from that drawer it gets exported back into this. And they mate, make a queen, and the queen runs again its cycle for more nether stars. So that is the automation. And we have all that connected to AE2 through this quantum link chamber, which we'll show the other side of in a bit. But these just help cross cables through dimensions. So even though they were in the nether, we're still connected to our system in the overworld using this quantum link chamber, this quantum entangled singularity. It is really cool. And we also have a trunk loader here, so even though I'm in the overworld, this place is chunk loaded 24/7, so we keep producing nether stars. And to even spawn proof, I even went ahead and spawn proofed everything, as you see down there. Those are all slabs, so no mobs can spawn there. Producing more spawns here. I may be a little crazy, I know. It is quite insane, for sure. That's the nether, and we can go here to teleport back to over here. Show you the end. So I'm pretty sure this is the end, yeah. Takes a sweet time. Oh, that's a deep dark. Wait, why is that? Because the other one's the end, I guess. Alright. Well, yeah, this is deep dark then. I guess we'll show deep dark. Deep dark, just, all we have here is just pretty much a tunnel down. This is where I got some ores. Kind of like mid-game, I guess. Like when I want to manually mine or when I look for some specific area. And yes, if you go into the red, you take not red. If you go to the darkness, you actually take damage in this dimension. So you'll see a bunch of like torches around this area in like the path I walked around. So yeah. Yeah, it's a whole staircase I built. Like I built this staircase one by one. I didn't have flight capabilities besides like I think jetpack, so well, we're back again. And then the last one should be the end. Yep. Teleports you here. And this biotype, by the way, is ores. There's so much of it because this thing spreads throughout the main end island as you kill dragons. If that isn't proof enough, I've killed over 100. Because it's filled with this ore, because it's been spreading every time I've killed it. We also have a small mini setup over here I used to kill some specific mobs. These two aren't from spawner, but mainly shulkers. Reason being is because the end crystal recipe, this guy, takes nether stars, and the reason why they did that is because, unlike in vanilla 1.9, you can't respawn the dragon to get another dragon egg, or the same amount of experience, but in this pack you can. So to balance it, quote unquote, they changed the recipe from Eye of Ender to a nether star. Fun. But there's another way you can get them. You can kill them from shulkers, and you get a 3.8% chance. So we have a spawner here, and I just been killing them with looting 3 constantly. And that's how I had the materials to even spawn all the dragons. I just been manually farming shulkers forever, practically. So I don't even think did we even set up an output portal? I think we did. Yeah, it's over here. This goes home. Okay, we don't need you. And that's all the dimensions that are linked here. So now I've shown you everything here. Let's go back here. This again, down this route. So this is my Tinker Smeltery. This one actually has really high temperature nitrite fluid because you needed this to make animate ingots. Because, you know, lava or even Priothium fluid is not hot enough, so I had to make nitronite fluid, which is like this fluid here, dilithium fluid combined with magma fluid, I think. Could be wrong on that. Could probably look it up. Nitronite. Yeah, magma fluid. Oh, and Osram. Magma fluid comes from magma blocks. Osram comes from ore. Yeah. This is the enchanter. I've actually used this to make magical wood in a machine. takes the magical wood in the area and uses that to create stuff in here, mainly magical wood, because making it manually takes your XP. So, you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, this is a big smeltery. We have this is like the casting area, and then all the rest of it's just been for blocks. Mainly when I doubled my ores early game, I used this double it, so I had all of these basins for all the blocks because I had like so much material. Crazy. One more thing I actually want to show before we continue on this side is over here. This is my experience obelisk, and right now we have 971 levels stored, which is insane. By the way, mind you. This used to be my enderman farm. It is now decommissioned. But there used to be an enderman spawner there, and this is how I would get ender pearls, like mid-game. So, you know, we just have ender pearls here, but now I have them a different way, so we do not use this anymore. Yippee. So, I forgot to show that to you, but we have not shown it, so. We'll go this way. And this way is my like little bedroom, I guess you could say. This houses my 2 armors. What's the time? Okay. This houses my 2 armors I had. So this one being not my first set, but one of my first main sets. And then I switched over to Supremium armor, and now I switched over to this, well, Wyvern armor, then I upgraded it to this. So we have a little dummy here. You can punch it to test your damage. I forgot it does that as AoE capabilities. Let me fix that. Yeah, let me fix that real quick. I forgot it had AoE capabilities. I forgot. There you go. These were lunchboxes I used for food, but now I have this, so they're just put into here. Pretty much it. My bed and my spawn point, so I spawn here when I die. We have a sink. I actually don't know why here, but I'm gonna keep that there. My sugarcane farm, those are annihilation planes. Basically, as soon as sugarcane grows, it gets sucked into the system. So, slow but decent sugarcane farm. It does enough. And then this is what I've called the ore chamber, or torture chamber. There you go. I've built this entire system on stream. There'll be a thanks to one of the videos, the streams, and the playlist of all the mods you can find. This basically we take ores from one of our quarries, which I'll show later. Sent through an ender chest goes here. This diamond chest is the buffer. It sends all the ores to wherever it goes, depending on its filters. If I hold the yellow wrench here, you can actually see all the cables I did for this. It is quite absurd. Every single one of these like things has filters on them, so it took a lot of time. But some of them get crushed, some have to go through enriching, some of them have to go to smelts for final product. So all the first processes go here in this buffer chest, and then these get sent to their final processes, mainly the smelting. The thorium, as you can see, like it's still going. It's going pretty well. Like seeing it smelt real time. There's some stuff that needs to be extracted. Some special processes like the blast furnace, which is needed to make titanium from some of the ores, and I also think galena into lead and silver is also made here. This is used to separate bauxite, and these make like fluid cells, and the fluid cells go back here to be turned into empty cells automatically. This is for things that cannot be processed in a machine. So where you have to break it instead to get the ore. So we have a placer and breaker for that. Mainly used for Ethereum ores. And Corellium, I think, as well, but I could be wrong. And then this is the storage. Everything gets sent here. Like, look at this. Iron. We have... silver. We have a lot of silver. 153,000 silver. You know, we have decent amount of zinc. We have 21,000 quicksilver. It is, you know, 67,000 lithium. There's so much material. It's crazy. 1,000 iridium is also crazy, since this is a really, really rare material. And yeah, that is the ore processing room. And now we get into the main room. The room I spend the most time in, the A2 area, plus some miscellaneous stuff on the wall. So this is my main controller. I will not go in depth on how this works because it takes forever to explain it in a proper manner. My mod Boomblocks knows. I tried to teach him one aspect about this he didn't know yet, and it took a decent amount of time. So explaining the whole system would take forever. But pretty much this is the brains. This runs all my logistics for auto crafting and whatnot. That's all I pretty much need to know. Yep, this is also another area for ores. Just to make sure, check if it's not overflowing. So we have that there. Manual crafting table, mainly it's still here for some uses like magical wood, which cannot be made in this because it needs experience to craft. An extra buffer chests just to track progress. Same with this. In fact, our final item tracking progress is here. I'll probably get rid of this. Oh, did not mean to do that. These are drives. These will restore all my main items. We have 5 of them. Matter condenser, mainly to make singularities. And then we have 3 terminals here. This is my crafting terminal. I can craft anything here. I can pick up anything from here. And we have so much stuff. I mean, look at this. Almost 10,000 Terra Steel. 19,000 Ender Pearls, 90,000 Blaze Rods, like, 100,000 rubber, over 500,000 iron. We are set. In fact, by the way, I think we have enough, by the way. We'll get to that soon. At the end of the tour, we will make the final craft, okay? We have enough. That's peak. We'll get to that soon, okay? But end of tour, we'll do it. Interface terminals. This is where all the patterns... I can see all the patterns in one place. So there's advanced subscriber patterns. Here's my alloy smelter pattern. I think these are all random machines from mechanism patterns. Industrialized roller for using to make plates and casings. And all my advanced rocketry patterns. And then these are just straight up auto crafting. Like you auto craft in the crafting table. And there is a lot of them. And we still have a lot of space we have yet to use. Pulverizer, singularity compressor, cylinder recipes. So, yep. And this is where I make the patterns. So we have a blank pattern. We can just, I don't know. Wait. I can make, like sable glass by doing that, and I make a pattern, and then I can auto craft it. Pretty much. Yes. This is my immersive engineering workbench used to make like these graphite electrodes for the arc furnace I showed earlier, for example. Enchanter. I use this to make my own enchantment books directly without having to gamble on the enchantment table. These dupe them using experience with a fortune press, like a press. And a squeezer just squeezes things. I barely use it now. This is Sai used This is basically used to get some materials, but you can do some cool stuff with it if you're really interested. It's like a very magic coding mod, I'd say. It's very cool. I haven't really delved deep into it. Computer craft, I delved a deep bit into it, but I haven't really started up an OS, so and I kind of got too confused, so I decided not to stop using it, but it was fun attempt. This is basically correlated. It's just another A2 system that's honestly not that good, but I just tried to see it since it's only available in this version. And I mean, the controller looks cool. It looks nice. um, we have some benches here for some of the armor in this mod, but they haven't really got into it. But we have them. The extra creative mill that I made that I can't break, so I had to make an extra one. But this is my extra utilities plus the imbuing station, which I needed to make the infused dragon egg mills for the creative mill. This makes burnt stone mainly, and polished stone, I think. No, not polished stone. This makes burnt stone, yeah. And some other things, I think. Dragon egg mill, this is my main source of grid power before creative mill. And we have a tinkering table, I think, for some basic agriculture stuff. Ender chest, in case I needed it. And that's it for this room. Actually, no, not quite. We have a random sun crystal I made. It's just sitting there. We got a quantum quarry. This is what my source of all the ores and all like cobblestone comes from. Basically, this simulates a dimension and mines in that dimension. As you can see, we have mined 20 million blocks throughout this playthrough. Actually crazy. This is the overworld side of the quantum ring. This is where we used to connect to the nether, as you saw before. And yeah, that's pretty much it. About this. I guess we'll go over here. This is... Hello? No need to call me out like that. Oh yeah, from the thing. I forgot I called you out for that over there by accident. We've been. This is my auto crafting room. As you can see, it's a pretty massive room. So these molecular similars are pretty much crafting tables, but automated. These patterns, these interfaces store the patterns to be sent into here. So we have a lot of them. This is fully filled with patterns. This is almost fully filled with patterns. Like, it is ridiculous. We're on like second layer before we get into the last one. These two are not used, but I put them there just for symmetry and in case we do need them. These are crafting CPUs, which you need to have do larger and larger crafts. So the bigger these crafting blocks, the more you can craft in one go, pretty much. Each the fact that we have 8 of them means we can craft 8 different recipes at once. So kind of fun, and also looks like a really cool room. I really like this room. One of my favorite rooms I've built for sure. Keep going. We'll go to surface in a bit, but for now we're gonna go down half a floor. I'd say half because that's actually the second floor. And this is the storage of the quarry. So we made a subnet. So this only reads the items of the storage, and that's blinking. By taking items out. But we got this is everything that comes from quarry. Yes, it even breaks like plants for some reason. So we have we have literally every seed in the game for no reason. Like, I don't know why, but we just do, I guess. I don't know why. What is so much? 1 million dirts, 2.3 million cobblestone, quarter of a million gravel, almost. This thing's been mining a lot. And they've been storing into here. That's why we have so many cells like that are like red. And it also is my trophy room, as I've shown before. And that's where our final items going. So to be complete. Now we're gonna go to our second floor, which is mainly our thing. First of all, though, we gotta show you this. Fit. Okay. Little Easter egg of the base. It's just fit. It's fit. Fish. Hope you like it. Fish. You know what that means. Fish. Okay. Enough the silliness though. Go over here. Botania rooms. These flowers. These are functional flowers. You can use them to make living rock and living stone by surrounding stone or oak logs or logs around it, pretty much. Together wood and living rock, and those are used a lot in Botania crafts. Mainly even this portal is made of living wood, and these mana pools are made in living rock. So there you go. That's what these two are for. We have the petal apothecary. We have a sink so you can get water from, and then you just fill this in, and you can use this to craft flowers in Botania. Mainly these two flowers, and then that flower back there. This is a Elven Gateway Core. This is used for another crafting kind of thing, where you can trade with the elves from another dimension. By throwing items in this portal, and you get items back. So for example, if I throw a mana diamond here, let me try to. Mana diamond. I think we'll get Dragonstone. Remember? Yeah. We get a Dragonstone back. And this is used for like late game Botania crafts. This is terrestrial agglomeration plate. Yes, I think I pronounced it right. This is used to make terra steel, but we make it a different way, which we'll show in a bit. This is being powered with internal pylons, by the way, in Manova. So, for to keep this portal open. They don't actually use mana anymore. It just takes mana to open it. Once it's open, it doesn't use more mana, which is nice. Over here is our Entropinium flower, which takes TNT and turns into mana, like I explained earlier. This is the main mana pool. This mana pool will spread its mana across all the pools around it. So these two and these 9. Back here. We have a comparator. I think I used this for bits, but it's just kind of sitting there now. To like detect stuff. I think it's for automation, early automation, if I remember. Like for mana generation. This is the runic altar. It's used for crafts, and which we'll do the final craft in actually. So it'll be right here. This kind of looks so intimidating. But these are Gaia Maya spreaders, basically max tier mana spreaders, and these just send mana from one place to another. In this case, they're gonna send the mana from here into this altar. And we have 9 of them pointing right here. These two as well, back there. So, yep. And then this is the beacon that we use to summon the Gaia of Guardian boss fight, and we have to kill it to make Gaia spirit ingots. For some, you know, actually these guys are made from Gaia spirits, so we had to kill this boss a couple times. And we also get, that's where we get this fruit from. So we got this fruit from the one of the bosses. It gives 0 dice, and you have a 1 in 6 chance to roll one of these. So we got that. There we go. That's Botania. If you go down here, down this way, this is more blood magic. This is used to make a demon well crystals. We have demon well, So it makes all of these. So we have Demon Will, Steadfast Will, Corrosive Will, Destructive, and Vengeful. All being automated right here with a mouse spawner on top, which we will show later. I take it. That's pretty much what it does. Basically it kills mobs up there to summon a ritual to spread more crystals. The crystals automatically get picked off by another ritual on top of it with a timer. And then that gets sent into here. That gets sent into here. And then the remaining will be sent into this demon crucible to throw it back into the air so these can grow more. And then the cycle repeats, pretty much. And then we also have a Hellfire Forge for demon, demon crafting, I guess, blood magic crafting. So, yep, there you go. Ars Magica room. As you look at my mana on the bottom left and burnout on the top left, that's all Ars Magica. You can do spells, so I can actually show you. So like a shock-free spell, right? So you can shoot like spells at things and you can hurt mobs with it. Some of them have effects like freezing, fire, stuff like that, lightning. It's kind of cool. I played around with it. I have level 19 in the mod. Above my, as you can see there above my like hotbar. These two are used for crafting spells. So this is used for crafting spells. And I think the Obelisk is used for enhancing. I think I could be wrong. I haven't used this mod in a while, but it is the pink magenta room. We also have a bunch of water bottle storage because I think a lot of this requires water bottles for the selector. Like, yeah, you need a bunch of resources for like spells. Like some of them are bottles. That's Ars Magica. Now if we go down here, there's two rooms right here. This one's a very small room, but this is for cyberware. This is for scanning salvaged parts to make blueprints. This is the blueprint rack archive, so you can store blueprints here. Then this is the engineering table, which you can salvage, break down salvaged parts, or you can create your own with the blueprint here, as we've shown earlier. And you can make your own parts. And then this is the surgery chamber. So we can use this to you can use this to see what you want, I guess. We don't have any improvements in scan or anything, but we have some parts like in our body, like human capacitors. We can breathe more, stuff like that. So, kind of crazy. We got Root's altar. We'll show what it's used for, but I've used this to make specifically one item from Root, so it's helped me early game. This is used for some crafts, pretty much. Down here is one of my sources of power, the reactor. This sends uranium through, and we get cyanide as a waste product, so we export that out, and we produce power. Right now, this is producing 4,000 R for 4.7 thousand R per tick. So, a lot of power, but nowhere near enough to actually max amount we create, which we will show later. This over here is our overworld altar for Abyssal Craft. And we also have some stuff here like Transmuter and Crystallizer. And I made a big room because I wanted to. No purpose. I just wanted to make a big room. So, these are used for some crafts in Abyssal Craft. And then down here is our Thaumcraft. We haven't progressed too much in it because the devs have not fully built up Thaumcraft in 1.10. So all we got is Runic Matrix, and that's as far as we could be able to get physically. So I mean, this looks so cool though, doesn't it? Wow. And this is magic mod that pretty much deals with like aspects of the worlds as like elements. You can like hook some stuff down into elements aspects. And you can even mix the aspects together to create things in the Crucible. These particles are here to prevent flux from generating, which causes bad things to happen in the air when it goes into it. So, yeah, we don't want that. That's everything on this floor. Therefore, everything underground is done. Now we will go to surface. This is the surface floor. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, surface floor. So this is the farms I mentioned I moved to. We have a bigger amount of them. So that's a premium I mentioned earlier. We get the prerequisite of that through this farm. This is so fast. You can see how like fast everything's growing. So we have, what makes us really fast is we have lily pads of fertility growing this. We have these growing standing stones, which we made from the roots altar down on the blue floor. That also grow really fast around it when powered with a lever. And on top of that, the soil they're on is called fertilized soil. So with all that combined, they're growing really, really fast. So, yes. We also have our wheat farm here. I didn't make this super fast because honestly, we barely use wheat and we don't have a lily pads fertility, basically. And we are pretty much maxed out on like seeds. Like we're maxed out here. We're maxed out on wheat, like hay bales, I think. Yeah, we're maxed out on hay bales. Like, we have 500,000 wheat almost. Like we don't need that much. So we're just voiding it. We have a void upgrade on that. This is my crop producer, mainly for various different types of metals. We name it steel, draconium. We actually have a lot of draconium being farmed here. Redstone. Basically anything on this wall is grown with a crop, and that's how we get most of our stuff, like the ender pearls I mentioned. That's why I decommissioned the enderman farm. Because we're growing them for plants now. That's why we're not making terra steel manually anymore, because we're growing them through plants. We don't have to worry about draconium because we're making them through plants. Essentially. So anything on this wall is grown from plants is the main storage for them. We're growing like aluminium, signalum, chromium, tin, bronze, you name it. It's probably on here. So this is where it gets majority of my resources. All the crafting for it is down here. Look at this. Like, look, vibrant ally, electric ally, like, we have so much. It's kind of insane. We farm this automatically with the farming stations, which have unbreakable matics, so they'll never break and they're always usable. So I never have to replenish them. Very useful, right? We'll show back here first. This one is the cobblestone gen, and we are stupid close. I don't know if we'll get it today. The second one today, but I mean, yeah, we're close. This is a ritual from blood magic to summon lightning. And I needed to summon lightning to do a craft, because it requires a lightning to strike it, so it's the only way you can summon lightning. There's like a thing in there. Yeah, imperfect ritual stone is what it is. It's just a ceiling of one of this. Of like the what's below here. It's a ceiling of that. There's also a ceiling, but we also house 2 celestial manipulators. So as you just saw there, it was just raining for a second. Now it's gone. That's because we have celestial manipulators. As soon as it detects rain with this weather detector, it will turn on this torch, activating this, turning off the rain. This basically turns off the rain when redstone is applied, and this turns it to daytime when redstone is applied. And we have a daylight sensor for that. So every time it turns to night, it just turns to the day. Every time it rains, it turns off the rain automatically without my interference. No commands needed. Great. Absolutely great. And we'll go up to that floor in a bit. Next is our Empower Crafting, which is these guys. These display stands. These for Actual Edition's empowered resources. So these guys. Empowered. Yeah, these guys. All made through here. We also have Draconic Evolution crafting injectors. Which are used to make bunch of things. Draconic Evolution, mainly stuff for this armor. Weakened Draconium. Upgrades, stuff like that. Lots of stuff. Cores, like Chaotic cores, Draconium cores, Weakened cores, I mean, Wyvern cores. Wyvern cores are actually crafted. I lied. But all being supplied with power through this cryostabilized flux duct, and which is everywhere in the base actually. This is an empty space. Back there is empty space. So I guess we'll show this ball in the center. This is the coolest thing, and I love, like, in this pack. The Draconic Reactor Energy Core. This is the highest tier. And pretty much this is just a giant battery. In fact, the capacity is almost infinite. This is the real number. 9.2 quintillion RF. We have not even dented this thing, and we have trillions of RF. Keep that in mind. This is our just main battery for the base. We pour all the power into that, and whenever we need power, we extract from this ball through these two towers. Oh, I lagged. Hello? This is, I think, the inputs. So all the power generated goes here in this tower and sends into this. And then whenever we need power, we just extract it from this pylon, which goes down here. Our power that we produce is this fusion reactor, which produces, well, if you look here, around 730,000 RF per tick. All created for this little guy right here. Now, don't mess around. This is not all that goes into this. The fuel for this is all the way back there. It is not a joke. To keep this guy running, you need a lot of fuel. And the fuel we're making for it is tritium, which is a isotope of hydrogen, and deuterium, which is also... Oh, this is deuterium. This is deuterium. This is tritium. They're both isotopes of hydrogen, tritium being more hard to get. So we can go down here. This is our deuterium. So we just pump heavy water, which is basically deuterium ions instead of hydrogen ions for combine and kind of built into a molecule for water. So instead of H2O, it's like D2O. 2 deuterium ions and 1. So that's what heavy water is. The heavy water gets sent over to an electrolytic separator, which separates the deuterium from the oxygen bonded in heavy water. And we have 2 of those. And then we extract the deuterium into only 1 buffer tank, and that gets sent over to fuel the reactor. This side is literally all to make tritium. Yeah, kind of crazy. So we have spammed, because this thing takes so much water so fast, I had to spam these reservoirs to auto output. Like, look at this, bro. Like, bro. This uses water so fast. So pretty much what this does, these 4 back here, multi-blocks, are being fed heat by resistive heaters, being powered. And they heat up the water to turn it into brine. The brine gets sent through these 4 fluid conduits into these 4, which are also being heated. and we make liquid lithium. These liquid lithium all get sent into these two condensers to make liquid lithium into gaseous lithium. The gaseous lithium gets stored and buffered into 3 tanks. The 3 tanks get poured into this, the solar neutron activator, which turns sunlight into power. As you can see here, there's sunlight here, right? So we turn lithium into tritium. And that's also why I make it day through the celestial manipulators. Every day. We turn it to day every day, pretty much. As soon as it's night, it's day. So these guys can constantly run. This gets sent into here to make DT fuel, which is, we'll explain later what that's for. But the tritium, the power of that is in these 4 tanks. We have 4 tanks instead of 1 because if this turns night to any day, or if we need night, we still have a buffer supply, so we don't run out. Ever. Practically. That gets sent over there. To start the reaction, we need to make DT fuel and put it in a holorom into this slot here, and then fire it with this laser, which, as you can see, needs a lot of power. This is stored 5 billion joules of energy, and it gets fired into this laser to start the reaction. And then when you start the reaction, all you gotta do is just keep filling with deuterium and tritium, and it'll run forever as long as you keep supplying that. So you do not have to fire this again unless the reaction stops. So that is my final power supply. It is quite large, as you can see. These are also being powered by solar panels, these advanced solar panels. So they run on their own power. The heat is actually run through my main power line, but the multi-blocks themselves are being powered by advanced solar generators here. I forgot to mention. Here's our diamond beacon we have over here, providing us Corellium plank for some reason. It's strength 2. I don't know why it says Corellium plank. Well, fine. As I've shown here, this is a max tier blood altar, and we're mainly using it to make blank slates, which we don't have to make anymore, but we're gonna let it continue doing its thing. We have Wells, Runes, and Sacrifices to increase blood amounts from these witches, which are being damaged by this Well of Suffering ritual. Basically, they take the blood, the witches, which the witches regenerate themselves, so they never die. And all the blood gets into here automatically. And we have an extra buffer life essence. And that's how we get free blood for ever, practically. We just farm witches. There you go. And we're also supplying stone into this, so there you go. And for manual blood, basically hurting yourself to get life essence, you can prove its efficiency with this incense altar, which requires this kind of setup around it, which we've made down here. So you need like netherware, netherrack, lava, basically a lot of different things to create prove its efficiency with blood generation. So we have that down there as well. And now we've got this done, I'd say. So we can have it up here in this light blue area, or the sky blue. This is my astral sorcery floor. So we have, you know, celestial altar for main crafting, all powered by these 2 celestial crystals. So we can even run during the day because we are taking the power from the star light fluid here and sending it to the altar. We have a attunement altar, usually to attune yourself to a constellation, and is a really cool multi-block. I love this multi-block, it's so cool. Over here is for more starlight crafting, mainly for infusing things like star metal. That's that over there. I'll show you. Right now, actually. So this is my auto starlight farm. So what we do is we send aquamarines into this, which we are making from plants, by the way, automatically. And these automatically supply these wells with light wells with aquamarine. These will break. That's why we need to replenish them. And as they're in there, they will they will put starlights into these wells. Starlight, liquid starlight. Yes, liquid starlight into these wells, and they will be sent in this through this dynamic tank, which is not even close to being filled. It's not even halfway. So this has a lot of time to fill up. 5 million millibuckets so far. It's a really cool fluid though. I love that fluid. And that's a for astral sorcery. I mean, we do have a telescope there. We can use to see constellations during night. And yeah. That's it. That's the entire base tour. Look at that. The entire base tour. Of course we have the armor that makes me fly. Plus bioreactor main. Which is also powered by this flux capacitor, by the way. So we have all of these being charged as soon as I use them. So if I take damage or use a weapon, it'll automatically be charged by the capacitor, which stores almost 1 billion RF. It's like 760 million, I think. Yeah, 768. So we also have witherless lows, which basically are immune to wither. This is kind of expensive for one of the stars, but worth it. We also have a strength ring, which gives us permanent strength too, as long as we have it in our inventory. That's all the stuff notable. I mean, advanced dislocator, we can teleport to any dimension or place I've marked here. We can go to the moon, village breeder, that I used to have, stuff like that. So, yep. Thank you. We can see the constellations as it's turning night. I'll soon turn the day again, but yeah. I guess it's time, chat. We're gonna make our final craft. We've shown everything, so I think it's time. Oh my god, I'm excited. Alright. Here's 16. Let's do it. Oh my god, chat. The final ingredient we need. This is safe to say, by the way. I want to mention this, okay? I have to go to work today. And I have like 40 minutes left until I have to go. So this is gonna be a really tight end of stream. I probably should have crafted this as I was touring. Oh well. We have these max acceleration cards, so it just honestly we cannot make it go faster. It's gonna take 13 minutes apparently. Yikes. Oh my god, bro. Should I go set again? I guess we can go set up the rune altar. We get all the stuff for it. We have it. Right. I have a lot of time to spare before I have to go. It's alright. I think it's only 11 minutes, guys. It's only 11 minutes. I'll have like 20 minutes left. So we'll be fine. We can wrap up like a nick of time. I'm like, oh my god. I would have streamed earlier, but I saw the way for blank runes. I was AFKing pretty much. So I'm just like, oh my god. I think I want to do one thing. Wait for that. I want to make a chest. Then put a sign. Right? Put it in here. And then when we finish the pack, I will put all our chest stuff in here. So if I decide to do a world download, all my stuff will be stored here. My inventory from my inventory. I think, and then I can just log out right here. So when everyone downloads the world, they'll spawn here. Or I'll set this as a world spawn probably, just to be sure. What are you doing? Why do you have one of my light balloons? Where did you get that from? Let me make sure there's no, yeah, okay. Everything's lit up. I don't know how this only got up. But I am so excited, bro. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to finish this pack, bro. I'm so done, bro, with this pack. I've spent so much time on and off on this pack. It's kind of crazy. We'll look at our final time when we leave. Where are we at right now? 10 minutes. I'm like bleeding it close. Like, dear Lord. Like, that's what we're crafting right now. We're actually crafting the tier 16. Like, I've been AFK King so long. It's actually mentally insane to me. Also, where's my phone? Wait, it's not good. Where is my phone? Shit, where is it? How have I lost my phone? Wait, what? Wait, you gotta be kidding me. Hold on. I'm gonna pull my phone out. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. Oh god, I made me panic for a second. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Alright. That made me worry. We're good though. Wow. I'm sorry, if my model just like freezes up and stares in the camera, that's because I looked away from my webcam. It's like on my phone. So yeah. All right. 7,000 left, like, dude, what the fuck? 1,000 scheduled tier 3s. Wow. This one craft is like the whole reason why this took so long. If this blood tank didn't exist, I would have finished the pack so long ago. It is like pure insanity. We're just honestly we're just here watching this thing slowly be made, right? So many tiers like it has to make. It's kind of crazy. Less than 10,000 glass. Now, let's go. Go. How much time is it? 14? Okay. We have time. Good. I just wanna rant real quick, okay? So I'm supposed to go in like 6 to 9 today. Like 6 p.m., 9 p.m. I literally got a message apparently 2 hours ago. I just didn't check. That they're like, oh, by the way, we messed up the schedule. Can you close today? Really, bro? Thankfully it's a Tuesday, so I actually don't have to work till midnight. Only 11 p.m. It's not a weekend, guys. I don't have to work 11, 1 hour less. So honestly, it's way more tolerable, considering I'm going in at 6 though. Do, 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 do. Chat 4,000, like 2,000 more tier ones needs to be crafted, and we're there. Go, go. We're like we're so close. We're so close, chat. Less than a minute apparently, according to crafting status. 100,000 left. Come on, go. GMD go, bro. Of course they do that. Yeah. Maybe we have to wait 2 more zeros. Yeah, of course they do that. I damn it, paused. Okay, that ruined some time. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's okay. Dude. 500, less than 500 tier ones. Go! Alright. Less than 250. Come on. We're so close. Oh my god. Less than 100. Less than 50. Oh my god, son. Oh my god. Go. Let's go. Come on. We gotta go. We gotta start the craft now. I have living rock, right? I do. I have 1 living rock left. That is insane. That is so. Okay. All right. 4 of those. Quantum tank. Pressurized tank. This. Then this stupid freaking item. I hate you. Now we have to wait so long. This is like 4 mana pools worth. But this is the final craft, chat. We're making it right now. The most expensive, long, painful item I've ever made in Minecraft. We're about to do it. Oh my god. We're like a quarter, 1/3 done. 1/3 of the craft done, chat. Come on. Go faster. Go faster. We have like 9 mana pile. Do we have 9 mana pylons? Technically 11. 9 here. Like, max tier, bro. And it's going this slow. That's how you know this craft takes so much mana. Actually, like, since we have like spread it, since we have 11 mana pools, I think it's not really bending them that much. Oh yeah, it's also pouring out from this too, yeah. We have like 12 mana pools worth, really. Halfway done? My god, bro. I'm actually doing it. 2/3 done? Oh my god, I'm like watching that little thing on the right go up, like the loading screen, you know. 3/4 done. Go! Go! 3/5 done. I think, yeah, 3/5. Come on. Last level 6. Go! Look, 7/8. I gotta get my living rock out. Do I have my, I do. Here. We have to finalize the craft with the living rock. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes! Oh my god. I'm done. Oh my god. We're done. All 8. Oh, like creative items. Yes. Oh my god. I can finally leave this pack being satisfied. My god. Chat, I just want to show you the full recipe. Like, give me a second, okay? I want to take these out and these out. I'll leave these in here. Also, let her blank tank, yeah. Like, I just wanted to show you. Since we have no blood tank, like, look at this. 325,000 blank runes. That is 650,000 blank rune slates. And those only make like 2 per second. That takes days of AFKing, bro. This stupid item is what blocked me from doing this. Now I've done it. Pull this back. I take those out because it would calculate too long if I didn't. I can't believe it. I'm done with the pack. I don't have to play this pack anymore. There's no purpose. There's nothing I have to do. I've done everything. Oh my god. Like, I forgot to show you guys, chat, but there's there's the maintenance tunnels. After the show during base tour. But yeah, there's maintenance tunnels as well. Like, I'll walk around here for a bit. Like, all the wires that run everything, it's down here. All the power and, like, main stuff. All for these tunnels all decorated too. Like, dude. I even did it like through here, like up here, because there was stuff like the sodium, deuterium lines. Get down there. Got this back there. The mob farm I forgot to mention earlier that does like the demon roll automation. All these tunnels. Oh my god. Those illusion blocks, by the way, you can walk through them. Forgot to mention. Chat. I think it's time. Gotta like organize this. How do I organize this? I think like this. Think division sickle thing. This one. I fully ate, right? Yeah. I think the tools. Oh yeah, our wasteland works. We go there. Then all our tools. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. I'll put that there, I guess. Oh, I move so slow. I think 'cause I have weight. I have weights on the... Yeah, that I'm so used to, like... I think it's because of the weight of the things I have. That kind of stuff. Oh, I have these. These bubbles. I can put that there. Oh, full chest then. Oh, this feels so slow. This feels so slow. Oh my god. But... That... Yeah, actually, I did all that away for Blinkerins. That maintenance tunnel. Yeah. It's over. The last stream, last content you'll see from this. I may make like a world tour video if you'll really want it, but I don't know. I mean, I've kind of done the stream, so. I guess it's time we leave. Like, before we leave, final playtime? Oh, that's the one I want to look at. I want to look at... Where is that? Isn't there, like, server info? Leaderboards. That's our final playtime, chat. Most of it's AFK, but 478.59 hours. And then our last statistic, I want to look. I want to first look at Shulker. I don't think it does it do with Ender Dragon? Ender Dragon Zombie. Doesn't really say Ender Dragon. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. So this Shulker. 2,756 Shulkers. 68 Shulkers. Where's Ender Dragon? Does it say? Like Ender Dragon Zombie, but I don't see Ender Dragon. Is it not like story here? This... I mean, how many hearts have I picked up? That'd probably be a good number. If I can get that number. Oh my god. I don't think I can find it though. Picked up, yeah. I want to sort it like that. Or like, yeah, like that. So we go to the hundreds. It should be... Oh, dragon eggs. There you go. That's another one. 183 dragon kills. There you go. Almost 20 whole days. That's crazy. Chat. Thank you for watching the streams when I did decide to stream on all the mods, and I'm gonna stream more often all the mods light and try not to do so much off streams. So you're gonna see more stream content there. If you want to watch any of the playlists, any of the videos I've streamed on this world, there's a playlist on my channel called Solo Mods Original. Including this stream, there'll be 10 streams. There'll be just time skips in every one of them because I've played mostly off stream on this world, but they're there if you want to see. And I guess there you go. The final item haunting me this past few months have been done. Thank you for watching the streams when I watch them. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys on more streams, I guess. I don't know. When I do more micro streams, will be all the months late, so. See you there. Bye bye.